Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today, we are going to share a digital business that has a great potential for many of us. I can say this business is important for those of you who want to work for yourself, to be your boss, and for those who want to have another income stream for you and your family, and also for those who are tired of working multiple jobs and want to regain your time for your family. Today, we have a guest speaker who is helping people get and run their successful business through systems, training, mentoring, and coaching. Just briefly introduce about myself. My name is Mohammad Mahbubur Rahman. I am a human resource management generalist. I have experience in finance, HR, and customer services. I have been living in Saskatchewan, Canada, with my wife and two kids. Without further delay, let's find out who will talk today in this program. Probably most of you know her. She is a very known face in our community. It's Tina Wills. Hi, Tina. Welcome to
Hi.
my program. And it's over to you, Tina. And first of all, thank you very much for accepting my request to join in this program. Over to you, Tina. Just introduce
That's
yourself
lovely.
and then we'll move forward. Yeah.
That's fabulous. Well, before we start, just to say thank you, Mohammed, for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. And also thank you to everybody who's going to be watching today or watching the replay. So my name is Tina Willis and I am 61 years of age and I am from near Liverpool in the UK. I'm married. I have 4 stepchildren and I have 13 grandkids, all ranging from the age of 3 up to 23. So we're quite a busy family. But yes, I started this business 4.5 years ago, and at the time I was in the corporate world as a business development manager, and I had been in sales for nigh on 30 years. Nigh on 30 years. So that's me.
Thank you, Tina. You said, I mean, you have been with this business quite a few years, 4 years is a long time. What actually inspired you to start this digital business, like at the very beginning?
So my story is one of corporate burnout, Mohammed, and for everybody who's watching, as I say, I'd worked in the corporate world for a long time, but I was building a career because that was the normal thing to do. You're chasing your promotions, you're chasing the paychecks, and it got to a stage in my life that I knew I had to make a change. I had a mental breakdown when I was driving home from work one night, and it scared the hell out of me, Mohammed, to be quite honest with you. But I didn't know what to do. All I'd ever known was sales. Didn't want to sell anymore. Didn't want to be in corporate world anymore. But I never really knew about the online space. The only thing I ever did online was order off Next catalog and book appointments. So I actually came across this opportunity on social media, and that was it for me. And I'm not a person to jump right in, but I kept scrolling backwards and forwards to it. So when I saw it, I registered for the free webinar, and the rest is history.
Okay, just one supplemental question onto that. So, when you like saw the advertisement or like the program inside, so I mean, did you see that? I mean, anything in your mind whether this could be a scam or it could be something like that?
The reality was, yes, I was skeptical. It sounded too good to be true. Really, all these people changing their lives through a digital business. But what really struck me at the time on the ad that I saw was that it was a young lady from Canada. She was from Calgary, Alberta. She was only young, but she was actually earning a passive income and changing her life. And I thought to myself, well, she talks about you can take it anywhere with you. And at my age then, I was 57. I thought, well, this could be something for myself and my husband for our goals, my husband for our goals, for what we wanted to do out of life. Because the reality was, Mohammed, I did not want to work an extra 10 years till retirement age. And I don't know what it's like with you in Canada, but here the government keeps changing the goalposts. So when I was 18, retirement age was 60 for women, and it's just crept up to 67 now, and you just think it's going to go higher. So that was one factor. And I thought to myself, well, it's a free webinar. There's nothing to lose and probably a lot to gain. So if I didn't take that action, where was I going to be in 2 years? Exactly the same place I was then. And I thought, well, it's a free webinar. Let's check it out. Let's tear down those walls of skepticism, and let's check it out and see if it's for me.
Thank you, Tina. So now my question to you is, what are the unique features of this business? Just if you can explain some of the unique features.
Okay, so first and foremost, it's social media marketing. Okay, and we teach you all the elements of social media marketing, something I never knew anything about in the very beginning. Was I tech savvy at the time? No, my kids knew more than me, Mohammed. Did I know anything about marketing? Absolutely not. But I had a desire to learn. And the one benefit for me was that it wasn't selling. There was no bugging friends. There was no bugging family. People were going to come to me. That was how it's explained. And that is a part of attraction marketing. But we also affiliate with a company who's been in business for 50 years. So that was legitimate. We are registered for taxes. That was legitimate. So the more I looked into it, Mohammed, the more it became quite apparent that it was a real legitimate online business and social media attraction marketing. The step-by-step training is phenomenal. The community then was 30,000 people, and it's now at 199, I believe. So over 4.5 years, it's just grown exponentially. And you are never alone. You have a coach and you have a mentor assigned to you, but also you have the support of all those people within that community, because it's global. And there could be instances where you want to talk to your coach, but your coach might be in the UK and you're in Canada, and the time difference might not match, but you can reach out to anybody for support. And that's the one thing that really, really swung it for me. It was that support, it was that learning, it was that step-by-step training, and it was the fact that I knew I was never alone. And to be quite honest with you, Mohammed, I had not had any of that in 25 years of corporate life, and that's what did it for me.
Thank you. And how many hours do you work?
Well, initially, because I was obviously still in corporate, and I was working, bear in mind, 16 hours a day in corporate life. So initially, I was putting 1 or 2 hours a day into my business and learning. Now, obviously, because this business enabled me to retire 3.5 years ago, I do it through my own schedule. I pick it up in the day when I feel like picking it up, or I could work on it whole day if need be and have the rest of the week off. It's entirely your schedule, your time, your flexibility.
Thank you. And you were mentioning about the mentor and coach. So if you can just a little elaborate onto that, I mean, how the mentor and coaches are helping the new business partners to enable and to explore their opportunity in the business.
So you are assigned a coach and you are assigned a mentor. And initially, your mentor is the person that you reached out to on that specific ad that you saw in social media. And they will guide you into setting up your business. Your coach will always be there. Your coach will do a coaching call with you and explain the benefits of the business and how it works. And you can reach out to either. The coach is there to coach you in the business. The mentor is there to guide you along the way and help you and support you in that. And they are assigned to you permanently. But as you grow your business, you're the mentee, and then eventually you become the mentor. So you're growing a business.
So it looks like, I mean, whoever will join today, and then they will have the opportunity to become a coach in a day. So it's kind of taking some time to grow in the business, and then one day he or she will be a coach. So they will also guide the other people
Yeah.
how to start their business and then how to go through the
It's it,
processes.
it's an amazing process, Mohammed, because as a coach, you're not there to do the business for them. You're there to support them in finding out how to do the business and to learn. Because by learning and growing, you're going to be able to then help other people to learn and grow. And we all make mistakes. You pick yourself up and you move on, because it's a business that you have to learn and grow with, and learn how to coach and mentor others and help others globally.
Thank you, Tina, for highlighting this. So I'll move to the next one. You were saying that you were doing this business for a long time and early retirement. So what is actually the greatest impact of the business in your life?
Do you say a long time, but I have to say those 4.5 years, Mohammed, have gone like that. you know, and
Yes.
it's flashed by, and that's what time does. And as you get older, I mean, you're still young, Mohammed, but as you get older, like me, time goes quicker. Trust me, it does. We spend half our lives when we're young wanting to be 30. And then when we're 30, we want to be a bit older. And then when we get to 50, we want to be younger. It's a time thing. But because I was so burnt out in corporate, and because I was so ill at the time, this business was my savior. And it enabled me to find out the person who I really was. And this is the greatest impact it had on me. It enabled me to find out what I was capable of. I learned that I didn't have to listen to what other people thought. And, it didn't matter, because it was my life. Nobody pays my bills or walks in my shoes. So I grew stronger because of this business. And if you'd have asked me 4.5 years ago, Mohammed, to sit here and have a chat and put myself go live, then I'd have said, no chance. Oh, that ain't happening. But here we are chatting, and it enables you to grow and find out who you are. So that's personally. Professionally, I have learned so much. And I don't mean just financially, because that is a blessing in itself. But professionally, I'm a coach now. I have learned all about social media marketing, that in itself, and also learned about how to coach, how to be that person, how to be the best version of myself I can be, by reading more, by learning the law of attraction. So it's a big, big, big area. So I could go on for a long time about what the greatest impact of my life is, because it's just been an awesome journey.
Okay, and one thing I want to highlight, so I could find out in social media. So I would say that it's a wonderful platform to become a celebrity in the in the social media also. So I could find out, and you are within our community. So this is one of the greatest impact, I would say, that people are knowing you, so they can communicate to you. So it's a building greatest relationship, I would say. You are staying in United Kingdom, I'm staying in Canada, but you see, we can connect. And
We
the
can.
digital business, yeah, make us I mean, enable to do that kind of activities. So
It's also about building trust as well, Mohammed. It's about building trust across social media platforms, because let's face it, there is a lot out there, and we know that. But at the end of the day, if people who are watching now, watching the replay, see us, we're creating trust because we are all over social media. They can find us anywhere.
Yes, right. And many times, the people may have some confusion before joining this business. They want to see us whether we are real people or not.
Mm. Yeah,
So I would say that, I mean, this is really, really give us that opportunity to reach out to many people in the world. Our advertisements are running. People can see our faces, and when we come, they can relate that these are the real people. These are not hired from different sources to do the business promotion activities. So that is one of the greatest impact, I would say. And for personally, about you, I could find out in different programs in our community program. So I would really appreciate that. I mean, uh, it's building a good relationship
Mm.
among
Yeah.
our community, and also knowing each other to actually, I mean, in this digital world, and this is really make us flexible to do this. And I mean, in your work, I mean, when do you mainly work? Like at daytime or evening, or what is your priority?
It varies because obviously, I'll work during the day like we are now. This is classed as work because we are online and we're having a live chat. I'll do Zooms of a night with my team. And I run a law of attraction Zoom for the business partners every 2 weeks. So it varies. But again, it's the flexibility of this business to say when you are available to do it. And especially if you're still working during the daytime, a lot of people will do this of an evening or of a weekend. With being able to retire because of this business, then I am so flexible with what I do.
Thank you. And now I'll move to the next question. So usually when we refer to the people, they usually watch the webinar, and usually who are the successful people in our business? They attend the webinar, they share their thoughts, their experiences, and then we request the people who are interested, they can pay 149 US dollar, which is refundable within 30 days. So after paying these $149, they usually get the access to our systems, and they can understand the business details. And if they're interested, they can move forward, or if they are not, then they can just quit and take a refund of 149 USD. So my just a question to you about what is the purpose of taking this 149 USD, which is refundable in 30 days?
Okay, there's a few areas here. If for example, say you weren't a business partner, say you were just looking at it, and I threw all this information at you about a business, it would be that overwhelming that you'd probably run the other way. So the 149 breaks it down. It breaks it down into small chunks so that you can actually understand the full business model in depth. So we start off with the free webinar, and that will give you the insight and an overview. We then go to the 149, and that will then give you access to pre-coaching videos, which will delve deeper into the business model so that you understand it all. And you have a 30-day trial to ask questions, to speak to people, to have a look around the community, to watch those pre-coaching videos again and again until you understand the business model. If you think that it's the right fit for you, then that 149, you would book your coaching call with myself or with anybody else in the business. And then that 149 goes towards the systems, the coaching calls, the processes. If you decide it's not the right fit for you, you just reach out to info@digital business, and they will request the refund, and they will process it for you, and it will be done straight away. It might take a few days to get into your bank, but it will be done straight away. And that's what happens when you do it. You have choices, but as I say, it's to break it down into easy chunks. It's like me turning around. I know this is funny, Mohammed, but it's like me turning around and showing you now how to knit without knitting needles and without a ball of wool. I couldn't do it, could I? You would have to physically have that in your hands to be able to learn to knit. So I always give that scenario, or it's like watching the end of the movie before you've watched the beginning. That's why we break it down so you can understand it more and in depth.
Thank you, Tina. And you mentioned that it's a very easy to get the refund, like just sending email, the email that they have received when they have
Yeah.
paid, and the refund will be processed. So there is no uh, harm to explore. So it looks like 30 days. So I would I would see it in a different way. Like if you want to explore some business, you have 30 days time. So
Mm.
even if you want to take the refund on the 29th day, then you can do that. So you'll have the option to watch few more webinars. Usually we have webinar take place twice in a week. So
The beauty is, Mohammed, it's not never the same people on the webinar. So it will be different hosts. I've hosted the webinar, but it will be different hosts. It will be different people giving their testimonies because our user base is that vast with 199,000 people within the community that's why there is so many different people giving testimonies from a fresh perspective with their fresh whys and why they did it. That is what's so awesome about this business.
Absolutely right. And just to add with you, like every week, what we are seeing that in our community, uh, like more than 400 people are joining nowadays. And so it looks like that people are trusting us, and it's so there are some people there skeptical at the very beginning because when we are asking 449 to explore the business, they're thinking in this is could be this could be potentially like a scam or something, but we can guarantee this is not that because we are the real people. Usually the scammers never come onto the frame, never come onto the camera, and then they never show their face. So they do it in a different way, like sending messages, WhatsApp message, or probably in any other communication channels. They never come onto the
Yeah.
picture to show their face. So we would say that, I mean, this is not something like that. So you can trust us, whoever you are watching, and we
We're building a business at the end of the day, Mohammed, and I say this to a lot of people. People do, and unfortunately, sometimes think that 149 starts their business off. That's their investment. Well, the reality is, no, it's not. That is not an investment. That is to give you an overview and a trial period to look at what the business is about. And truthfully, guys, if you think of a business model, okay, do you really think that 149 is going to net you six figures a month? It's not.
absolutely, it's
It's
not.
not a get
Yes.
rich quick scheme. It's a bona fide, legitimate business that has an investment, but it's tailored around your needs and your requirements and your budget.
Absolutely right. Thank you, Tina, for highlighting that. And now, finally, we are moving to the final question, that is, what is your advice to the people who want to start this business?
In just in just three simple words, just do it. Just do it. Connect with us, guys. Connect with us and watch a free webinar. Connect with Mohammed or connect with myself. Watch a free webinar that is 90 minutes of your time. And I want to ask you a question. I want you to work out how many hours a day you scroll through social media. How many hours do you do it? And does that pay you? Are you creating an income from it? No. But when you join this business, social media is your business. That is where you create your income. So check out a 90-minute free webinar because nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you wake up every single day wanting more, wanting to reach your goals, wanting to spend more time with your family, wanting to pay off your mortgages or travel, if you want more, then do more. Take action, take that first step, connect with Mohammed or connect with myself and watch that 90-minute complimentary webinar that will change your life like it has ours.
Thank you, Tina, for highlighting. So I would also add something with you, like for the people who are interested. So you do not think that this is kind of a scam or something. We are doing this, and you know, Tina is doing this for like 4 years, and she became coach. So just for your information, that what we said, 149 USD, this amount is goes for your training and who are actually coaching us. So they are also getting a small portion of onto that because they are booking for an like half an hour or 1 hour time. So you see that our coaches are not the people who are outside of our business. So one day probably, if I join today, and after a certain period of time when I will grow in the business, I will have the opportunity to become a coach.
Yeah.
So you see, I mean, no one want to give their time without any investment or any return. So who knows, someday you can be a coach, and then you will also earn for booking for 30 minutes or 1 hour. And this is a very minimum amount. I would not say 149 goes to the coach. This is a a portion of that, but it's a kind of a rewarding to the coach, because if they could give this time to any places, like an hour time, they would get some return for that, like hourly or something paid. So I would recommend that. I mean, this business has that kind of potential for many of us. We can invest our time, and then we can explore. Who knows? Probably will be in Tina's place one of the day. Uh, However, the people. I mean, probably many of the people will not move forward because they are in their comfort zone. They are thinking that they are earning more, and they are getting higher compensation, higher benefits from the company, and they are enjoying that. But who knows? I mean, there could be any change in our life, because life is uncertain.
Mm.
COVID-19 pandemic, and there are so many cases where people lose their job.
Yeah.
And if you have in your hand plan B, which we call a side hustle, this can protect you in any kind of situation. And probably in certain point in time, you can take it as your full time job, as Tina is doing it. She retired, but she is still continuing, and I'm sure that annually she is receiving like 5 or 6 figures. I mean, still she has she has been working here in this platform. So as we said, that currently it's 197,000 people across the globe.
Mm.
So it's USA, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. So I cannot tell you all the name. It's 25 countries across the globe, and we are operating from 42 branches. So it's a wide community, I would say. And people, who knows? I mean, it may be a good opportunity for all of us to work together and build our future together. I just wanted to add these things. Tina, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, just a quote by Jim Rohn, who said that if you wake up with a passion for what you do every day, you will never work a day in your life. And that's what this business has done. And also you mentioned about some people will not want to get out of their comfort zone, or I was there 4.5 years ago in that comfort zone that had burnt me out. And the reality is that you earn more money in corporate life, you pay more taxes, you do more hours, and you become more tired, you see less of your family. And what for? To get to retirement age and not be able to do the things that you love to do because either you're too burnt out, or you're too old, or you've got to think of your future, guys, and think about what you want out of life. And that's all it takes.
Thank you, Tina. So
Thank you.
finally, we would yeah, we would request, if you are interested, never become skeptical. Just take action. You can contact me or Tina, so that we will help you to build your own business. That's all for today. Thank you, Tina, for
Thank you.
joining
Thank you
and
very
for
much.
sharing your thoughts and your experiences over this business. And who are watching now, thank you very much. We expect you can also join in our business, and we'll see you one day. Probably we'll work together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.